Why men over 40 struggle with loneliness. Loneliness amongst men over 40 is a growing concern, yet it's often goes unspoken. Many men carry the weight of old beliefs that being strong means staying silent. Uh, this idea, while once seen as a virtue, is now a trap, and countless men are in isolation. It stops them from reaching out and sharing their struggles or building meaningful connections. What I'd like to talk about is this particular subject matter, the strong man's silence. That's a trap. The myth of the strong, silent man. For decades, society has praised men who keep their emotions to themselves. The idea of strength or the idea of the strong, silent man suggests a real strength means hiding your problems, being alone without showing that vulnerability. This belief is deeply rooted in cultural expectations and or media portrayals, and men often are taught in their young age to suffer in silence, to keep their feelings to themselves, that showing that feeling sad or fear or loneliness is taboo. But this is a myth, and ignoring it is this simple truth is detrimental to most men. Everyone needs connection, everyone needs support. Strength doesn't come from silence or isolation. Instead, it comes from encouraging the person to be open and to seek help when it's needed. Why men over 40 feel alone? Men over 40 face unique challenges that increase their feelings of loneliness as a whole. Life transition, at a certain age, your children are leaving home, you've got career shifts, you've got health concerns. These transitions can be disruptive to your social circle and to your daily routine. Societal expectations. Many men feel the pressure of maintaining a tough exterior, especially in the professional realms with their family and their roles as a provider. This stress can discourage them from sharing their personal struggles that they're going through. Another one is limited social networks, like in their younger years that were filled with school, social activities. Men in their 40s often have fewer opportunities to meet with new people or to build friendships. So this can have an effect on them. The other one is the mental health stigma. Talking about your health concerns remains difficult for many men, and it can also lead to untreated anxiety, depression, and stress. These factors combined create a sense of isolation that often is invisible to other people. So we have to be on the lookout for it. And we, as the individual men, have to be on the lookout for ourselves. Self care is very important. So the cost of staying silent is huge. Choosing to stay silent over connection can cause real consequences. Research has shown that loneliness can affect you physically and also affect your mental health, increasing your risk of heart disease, depression, and or even death. For men over 40, this cost can be particularly high, and they may not even seek help until the problem becomes too severe. Beyond health, you need to keep about your mental stability, because beyond health, you've got the fact that loneliness can affect your quality of life, and that can lead to you feeling disconnected from your family and or friends, that it can reduce your emotional energy and your motivation. It can also make it difficult to cope with everyday stresses and increase the risk of something like substance abuse or drinking, or if you're smoking too much, that's a health concern. So, breaking the silence is not just about feeling better emotionally, it's about protecting your overall well being. So, how can we break free from this particular trap? Changes or changing held beliefs can take time, but men over 40 can take practical steps to overcome this loneliness. One, recognize that the vulnerability, that recognize your vulnerability. That's a strength. Overcoming And opening up about your feelings can often feel like a weakness, but it takes courage to be honest, and sharing the struggle with trusted friends and or family members can build a deeper connection for you and for them. Building new social connections, joining clubs, sports teams, community groups. All of these things can create opportunities for meeting other people and sharing interests. Even small things like attending an event or volunteering to help to expand can expand your social network and your interaction with other people as you move forward. Prioritizing your own mental health, seeking professional support, signs of strength are a sign of strength. They're not a failure. Seeing a therapist, counselor, support groups that can provide a safe space for you to talk and learn about coping with your skills is a very important thing. Community and creating an open communication with your loved ones. A lot of men don't really talk. They come to work or they come from an event, they go home, they get in front of the television and they vegetate. They don't communicate with the other person in their lives or other people in their lives. So men often underestimate what how much family members want to support them. So talking openly with your partner, children, or close friends can reduce that isolation. Another one is to create, number 5, create a daily ritual for connection. Simple habits that you make regularly, like phone calls, a coffee meetup, sharing a hobby to help, a person maintains relationships. All right. And it prevents loneliness from creeping into your life. Now, there's a bunch of real life situations that you can look at, and I'm sure that we've all gone through some. Think of some of those things where somebody that you knew in your life needed help, didn't get help, and because of that, some things happened that you wished you'd have been there for, some things that you wished you to pay attention to and noticed, so that it doesn't happen to you and it doesn't happen to be somebody that you care about that goes through those trials and tribulations without help and without somebody trying to step up and help them. All right. So moving forward, the myth of the strong silent man keeps many men over 40 trapped in loneliness. Recognizing that strength includes vulnerability and can open doors to connect and to healing. Men can rebuild their social networks, seek support, create meaningful relationships that enrich their lives. If you know someone who's struggling with loneliness, remember that silence is not the answer, and you can be a positive force in their life. Take small steps to connect with them. And if you're a person that's finding yourself isolated, take small steps that can connect. And those connections can lead to changes and a more fuller life for you. Again, if you found this information helpful, please share it with other people. Also, if you find the time, check us out on our website, which is www.mrzinspires.com. Again, that's www.mrzinspires.com. You can also check out our YouTube page at Mr. Z Inspires. Thank you very much for your time and your patience, and I hope that this information was helpful. Take care, and you guys have a great rest of your day.